Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your Gemini season reading. Yes, if you want to know, welcome. If you want to know more about how the elements of Gemini will be affecting your season and what best ways in which to push your elements and your qualities, there will be a card around my head at some point, which will give you the full background on the Astroflower take on the elements going through the Gemini season, but also a take on the qualities as well, and how these sort of elements sort of filter through together. So we're going to be doing, we've got that on that round about my head. So very interesting to see. It'll give you a heads up, a very good heads up of how to influence your life that is around you. Okay, we're going to be doing for you a normal Astroflower monthly reading. So this is, as I say, Gemini season. That's going to be going between the beginning and the ending of the Gemini season. So without further ado, just let's bring up your flower here, and you'll see that the your sign is the striking colors. And the opaque colors are the influence from Gemini within your season. We've got the overall energies here: karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence on the universe, influence on past self, future self, and the general sort of outcome. Okay, let's just get straight in here with the overall energy for you, Taurus, and see what's going on here. There seems to be an influence from your financial side into your personal relationship side. And this could be to do with the work-play ethic in life that you may need to, sometimes we do need to put it at a balance. So you need to make more money in order for your personal life to work better. You know, that sort of thing. And that's the sort of thing I'm getting here from the overall energies here. Yeah, exploring without, you know, going all in, as they do in gambling. You know, not putting all your eggs in one basket here, and using those healthy boundaries of investing in your life, in your financial life, but also in your relationship side, and playing a little bit with that work-play ethic. Because sometimes we need to play more in order to work harder or get more results out of work and stuff like that. So I think that's what that's all about on the overall energies. On your karmic mission, on your relationship side, I'm getting, it's like, it's the Ace of Swords cups. It's a combination between the two. I think here is, I think in this month here, I think you're realizing, it seems to be here that through your input into your relationships on a stimulating and intellectual sort of level, I think you're going to provoke as well the joyous side of life. And I think that's your karmic path, is to realize that good crowning glory within you that you can then allow to shine upon your relationship side. Yeah, okay, Six of Pentacles. It's like putting yourself first, but not like at the detriment with others, but really investing, because this person here is, because they're in a good place, and this is where I think the financial side is influencing you, because you're in a good place, you can then give your good time, energy to the causes that you see fit, that you see that are rightful causes to do, but also in a sort of charity sort of sense as well. And I think this is where you're getting the measure, and playing with those healthy boundaries will allow you to really put yourself into the relationships in the sense that this is what I'm inputting and this is what I want to get out of it. The influence on the universe here, and this is where we're getting the double fire and double earth on the both on these sort of petals here. The universe here is sort of saying, it's giving you a firm, definitive line, almost not to cross, but also, you know, not to allow too much in, as it were. And I think it's giving you a good control over over your, yeah, over your sort of influence from the outside and what you are influencing yourself on the outside. And I think this ties in with the 9 of, I think the two are the overall energies and the influence from the universe are playing together, because you've got 2 9s, and 2 9s are absolutely brilliant. 369 is what it's all about. You've got a 6 on there as well. And on this 9 of swords, I think the universe here is putting up that sort of wall, that barrier in a way, to avoid the stress and strains. If you take into account and really pay attention to the overall energies, the healthy boundaries, and once you recognize that, the universe here will make it crystal clear, so you don't have to work, you don't have to stress and strain about things. And it could be in the first week as well that's where a lot of stress and strains come to the surface. And maybe this is where you start instigating from the 21st to the 28th of May. We've come out of your birthday season. You should be getting on and implementing what you wish to do in the coming year. The connection to the past. This has got a lot of solidness to it, and it's reliability. I think this is what you've been actively searching within relationships: consistency and reliability, respectability, respect between two people. That's the sort of thing I'm getting from that. Yeah, and I think this does come into that whole sort of joyous connections with other people, networking. It is a celebration. I think it's a celebration of your positioning, your respectability, your, how your values, basically. That's what I'm getting. That's what's coming through from the past. And I think after the first week of the stressful and the stress and strains, I think in the second week, you're getting to a much easier place of how to deal with your relationships that are around you. In your future self, and this is sort of like calling you outside of Gemini, going into Cancer season, which will be a lot more sort of productive for you. But although this month is very productive for you, we saw that in the readings according to the elements here. Your future self here is engagement in life. That's what it seems to be, really being at the front, at the fore. And I think this is all accumulation of you putting yourself forward. Yeah, that's that Ace of Swords. That's where that connection comes in. This is your crowning glory. This is what you're heading towards or trying to instigate within your life. So it provides for you a really beautiful place to be, more than anything else. And it cuts through the stuff. This is that intellectual sort of side of things. How's it going on the general outcome for you? This is like a fountain. It's, I think, outside at the end of at the solstice, which sort of signifies the start of Cancer season. I think as you get closer to that, I think you become a lot more freer. I think this really fades into the past, and you become a lot more sort of light-hearted enjoyment and everything like that. I think that's what sort of comes out of it. Yeah, you get laser focused, but there's also, I think you're realizing there's the rewards of your investment in yourself and within others, and they're not all arriving at once. It's continual and perpetual rewards as you go forward, like fruit on a tree or strawberry plant, for example. Not all the strawberries are going to be ripe at the same time. And this is where you're being very focused on what is available, what in your relationships, how to, it's like you're going into, let's say you go into a relationship, you're in your relationship and you want to take it to the next level. Your input has been into this relationship in a way that you want to be moving in together and stuff like that. And this is where that's just one fruit that is readily available. And then you want to, grow activities together, have children together, whatever it is, or even relationships with your family, reconnecting with certain members of the family, putting your input, now seeing the results that are coming back from it. Same thing with friends. I think this is where it's confirming the inputs that you're getting back. On your financial side, on your karmic path, here you have you have control over this. And this is really important input, I think, more than anything else. Yeah, this is I think this plays in almost in a lot more in that sort of sense there, but there's bringing, I think it's a karmic message to get on and start implementing. That's what is a lot of work here. Yeah, there's 10 of Pentacles. Really, really beautiful for you. As I say, you got the 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles on your relationship side. I think the Pentacles are going to be in your physical side, or your material side of life is going to be really influencing you. I think it's on your karmic path to get this abundance, to get this contract, to get this new job, to get this business off the ground, to really start working on your projects for the coming year. I think you're also going to be, it's also going to be opening up doors of understanding in accordance to all of that. And it's almost as like it's revealing the abundance to you over a period of time. And it makes you feel a lot more steady and sure. I've got to just say, though, I've just noticed one thing, yeah, that on the relationship side, you have 3 9s. And it is the kingpin number. And you've got the 3 and the 6 there, which make another 9. You know, ultimately, it's making for a very, very good sort of situation in regards to your life and your relationship side. But it is being fed by this sort of 10 of this pentacle side of life. Let's just see what's going on with the influence from the universe. This is very similar. It's backing up the 10 of Pentacles in a really beautiful way. It's making your connection very solid and consistent with the universe that is around you. Look at that, Emperor. It is sitting in your power. The universe here is helping you to have a certain control and certain control over the influence of the universe, of what you bring into your life in a very physical way. And this is what I mean about getting on and doing the job, the business, the contract, getting that project off the ground. I think it's really important that you do that this week or this month. Let's just see what's going on the influence from your past self. Similar sort of thing here, but it's a lot more clarity. This here is very mechanic. This is all to do with bringing in opportunities, money. This is here is to do with much more sort of to do with intuition, thought processes, working out how to do things and get things going on. Yeah, that's what the month, I think, before your birthday, you may have taken time out of in life, in a way, to sort of really regroup yourself and get yourself really clear about the coming year in regards to projects, business, and jobs. And I think it does clear to you. And I think that is a real blessing for you this last month. It might have been a bit difficult, a bit tiring, but I think it was very beneficial to you. On your influence on your future self, this is opening up. I think with this very, very solid base, which I think is the most important 2 cards, actually 2 petals on your Astroflower this season, because it's very solid, it's very earthy, which will suit you down to the ground. I think here in the future self is sort of saying, it's like a plant that's growing. It's like a tomato plant that's growing, and now we're moving into the flowering stage, the production of the fruit. But it's much more sort of light-hearted and open and stuff like that. Victory, crowning glory, and that's what I said about that side there. You know, that's really, really good for you, sort of Taurus, on both sides, and I think it influences both sides. I think your victories within your financial world will really affect your relationship side, but it's really good for you the way things are set up at the moment. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just see what the general outcome for you is. there seems to be a lot of movement. It's like you've got the foundation here and you know where you're going. And now you're getting into a stage here in the general outcome where things are starting to, you know, get traction in your life. The moon. Yeah, this is what's going to help you open up to this. It's going to help you to open the sort of emotional side of your business. And it doesn't mean sort of like going, I've got to win, I've got to win, I've got to win. It's more sort of like enjoyment, I think, more than anything else. Because I think you're very hard on yourself, Taurus. And I think here is like you're seeing the other side of the coin, that your success is bringing also a state of security in regards of feeling relaxed about where you're going. You know, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised about it. Pleasantly surprised about it. Let's just go on with a bit of light Seers card. Let's see what's going on with that. 6 of Wands comes out with the 9 of Wands. This is where you've got to play this month here. You've got to explore the boundaries because it's going to bring you in success on both sides. A real glow up, and more than anything else, a real glow up in Cancer season. It looks like, you know, once you get on the pathway. Yeah, on your karmic path, on your relationship side, you get the Queen of Swords. This is you choosing that pathway. And we've seen that in your weekly, you know, your daily readings. It's all about taking that pathway. And it seems like here is where you're putting yourself into the mix of relationships. You're really taking your place. And it's according of where you want to go. Look at that. You've now got all 9s on the table. This is jackpot energy. This is really jackpot energy. 9 is the kingpin number. And it's really playing beautifully. It's boding incredibly well for you going forward. And this is what you're converting that into that. That's what the universe is trying to sort of say to you, of taking things on and being absolutely at one with yourself and learning how to deal a little bit with the stress and strains of life. In the past, to your future self, you get the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there is this whole, I think you're very passionate about your connections with other people, very passionate about your connections with family, friends, community, partners, and there's a certain rhythmical fashion to it, a consistency that I was saying that you know you're enjoying here, and that passion is also it plays both ways. If someone's not going to put in, you're not going to put it, and I think that's what's coming really true to you this sort of month there. Ace of Swords with the Ace of Swords. There's a definite crowning glory that comes out of all of this. Once you start, you know, placing yourself and taking your place in your relationships or your relationship, whichever it is, once you start doing that, that's when you can get the results. You can really have a manifesting your beautiful future. With the 9 of Pentacles, you get the 5 of Swords. This is the general outcome here, and it's talking about this here. It's influencing this. It's being influenced by the universal connection. And once you start reading and seeing the fruits that are available, it's going to take you away from internal conflict of trying to get things moving on, trying to make things work. It's like you don't have to try so hard within you. You don't have to try this internal conflict within you. You can really start pushing it in a really beautiful way. And I think this is where your earth will be able to consume the air energy that's coming in from Gemini, that you've got that fixed earth around the top of you. And I think this is where you will be walking away. And as I said, from situations here, you know, when you're not in it, you're not in it. And you know, if it doesn't work for you, you know, it's not as, you're not really gonna sort of, you're gonna realize what relationships are really productive, more than anything else. With the Ten of Pentacles, you get the Knight of Cups. This is, I think this is where you're offering this victory in your future to your relationships. You're being this knight in shining armor in a way for the relationships in your life by having that abundance. And I think that's what really does breed incredibly well for you, more than anything else. And I think it comes out of the assurance and security that you know where you're going. Planning is everything, and you should have been planning in the month before your birthday season. Emperor with the Emperor card. This blows beautifully through here. And this is what the influences of what I was talking about, where your financial side is really influencing your relationship side. And you are really owning it. You've got two emperors in here. The universe is really got your back. And I would be encouraging the universe to provide the necessary things. And this is where I think you're going to realize your abundance as well of what you got around you. With the Four of Swords, you get the Two of Wands. Yeah, as I said, the month before your birthday, this comes in just for the month before your birthday. It's a lot of planning. You took yourself out a little bit to see how things were working. And this planning, as I said, I think there's some form of traveling involved in all of this, movement involved in the future. And this is where you're putting it all together. And you're putting together that victory that's coming out of the Six of Wands, which we've now got twice on the table as well. And it is a bit of a leap of faith. I think victory, you've got to believe in yourself or what you're doing. You've got to know that it's right for you, and that is that whole faith sort of thing. And I think here is like you're moving into the new year in a very, very open and productive way. I think it's going to build and produce enormous amounts for you if you are engaged in it honestly. With the Moon card, you get the Six of Cups. As I said, I think this is where you're opening up a little bit more and you're realizing a lot of the emotions, as I said, of your engagement in your financial world, which it's almost as if like you're giving yourself it's like bringing things to the surface and kind of going, it's like you start a business. It's like I started this channel years ago, a few years ago now, but the Astroflower started, 15, 20, 25 years ago when I was, through my healings and observing what was going on around me. And when I think back to that time 25 years ago when I was receiving clients and starting to notice the rhythms in life and elements and stuff like that, it was very exciting. And I think this is the sort of emotions that should be coming back to the surface for you, Taurus. There you go. Hope you have a lovely Gemini season. I think you will do. Go and see the video on the elements. That will really help you of how to focus and get that Ace of Swords in your life and that Six of Wands that come out of it. I will either see you on our sister channel as well, Cymatic TV, where we go into everything about energy. Either I'll see you there or I'll see you here. Thank you very much for all the support that you give this channel through liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, which way you show your appreciation through YouTube. I do thank you. Much appreciated. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.